The chosen one is back. Okay, I had to stop the. I don't know why I started doing that. I had to stop the last recording because why did I have to stop it? I had to stop it because I accidentally got, I don't know. It wasn't a very good. I was very silent. I figured I'm just gonna restart because here's where we're at. Okay, so what I'm working on is we have this sort of intermediate API, right? We have you can build your buffer sort of boom 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 boom, right? That's what we did here. Now we kind of had this old syntax that looks like this. My thought is that we can actually make this look a little bit better, and we can say, let's do this. So this would be, root children, let's say this is row, but it's box, quad, layout, children, pane, and then quad dot children text. I don't have these functions yet, so I'll just say box. Okay, and then that's it. That's the UI. Okay, so I kind of think this looks a little bit more readable. You see your thing, you see your element, you see children, you see your attributes. You see your element, you see attributes. That's sort of what we saw here. There's a chance I do something like this. But I don't know if that really gets us anything. I think the idea, I'm just gonna roll with this. If we want to add the overhead of creating some array, we can. Now here's something interesting, right? So row does, it says it specifies something. What maybe we should be doing, and then we go back out and then we specify more things, and we don't enforce an order. So maybe what we should do is have a default, and then you can go back and edit it. And so how would that work? Well, so I'm thinking like what happens if we do have something we could have something like box, where everything is you've written everything. Okay, so box expands to its children, expands to the height is let's see, layout X, OP layout Y. Okay, so a box by default is just part of a layout, and then has its own layout, and then it has a layout direction down with all the defaults. So that's fine. So maybe we can enforce an order, right? And then in this function, we say, oh no, because wait, this is more complex than I thought. shoot. Okay, this is worth talking about. Okay, so the issue is, right, we can't really go back and change this stuff, right? Because an expression has a dynamic length, right? An expression has a dynamic length, so we can't go back and like rewrite the expression and move everything else. And who's to say we don't want to later specify some expression? We can overwrite it. I mean, okay, this hear me out. Hear me out. If you're using a preset, you're likely not writing everything out again. Right? And maybe, yeah, we use a little bit more memory. But most likely all you're doing is is doing this twice. Most likely you're just doing this twice. And so I think that's the simplest way, because what's the other way, right? We have some sort of like dynamic, like we maintain like, yeah, the other way is something that is like more dynamic. Now, if something requires like because there is something to be said where we do require the quad to be evaluated after, or we require the layout to be evaluated after all the quad stuff, which we still could. No. Man, okay. If that wasn't the case, and we could probably get around that. We could probably get around that with some flag. Let's assume we can get around that. Now, can we say what if these default expressions are long? What's the alternative? What's the alternative? Okay, so the alternative is sort of what we had before, where we say we still do the math. We still add this to our expression tree or our expression buffer. Like we still create the expression, but then we just update the pointer. And in the constraint solver, we are in the constraint solver, we are not working with it. We're not doing any math. But it's not like we're deleting it, right? I think we should just do it this way. I really do. Like, I think a box doesn't have this, right? Let's not worry about the presets for now. Let's not worry about the presets this second. Let's see what we can do with just this. So we have like that. Style is going to be somewhat similar, but it doesn't go into the same buffer, so it doesn't really matter right now because it's going to be somewhere else. And we can get rid of test. Okay. So let's say with quad, we want to specify we can do a few things. We should take a quad builder, right? Well, we could probably just call this layout writer. And then what if we had like a quad writer that took our UI, let's say we had all the normal functions. We have like inline, or not inline, we have like auto left, and we take a expr, or we can, this should actually be a template function. Auto expr. Okay. Or no, top, or sorry, left. So left takes some type T. And then we say right, boom, right quad field, left expr, return this. Okay. We could also say, we could go template crazy and say template type name T requires stood is same v t quad writer, but then we take a bunch of them. We take T, I don't think this even matters. And then we don't actually do anything. And then this just becomes a quad writer, and then we just have struct quad writer. Okay. So we have left, top, we have width, and then we have height. Okay, I'm leaning into templates. I was told not to. It is what it is. I'm pushing past it. So we can say left is 0.f, right is, or no, there's no right. Top is 5.f. What's happening here? Why is this? Substitution. They are all the same. They are all the same. Why can I not? Chat, what happened? I went a foot, like, one day I'm gonna learn fold expressions, but it's not gonna be today. Left top width is contents height. Okay, so we need to specify all these things, and we could do something like that if we wanted, but we're not going to. Or actually, I mean, if we're doing all four, we might as well. Okay, that looks good. And so if we're doing 5 and then 10 and then width and height, okay, so this is building this. And then we say layout, and we say layout is get rid of that. Struct layout writer. Oh shit. Let's call it element writer. Struct layout writer, because we're actually writing individual layouts, but it can actually be an empty thing. Then we could say template type name t auto. Oh no, this is not. This is an inline auto dir takes layout direction. Okay. So writer. Okay, so that enforces us to like ambiguous function call. Oh. Aren't they in two different namespaces? We'll call it v3 dir for now. Oh, I don't like that. I don't even want to see the v3. That's gonna like break everything, right? Probably. I'm actually so annoying. Okay. Alright, so now we can get rid of that. I do like this comma thing. Because it just goes like that. It's almost entirely, and then it becomes about formatting. It's pretty much just about formatting. Okay. Okay. That looks good. Layout. We can add the other stuff later. But yeah, you should know that every time you call these functions, it's doing something. You're not just setting some field, okay? We don't have the luxury. We're appending to a buffer. Okay. Layout dir and then children. Is there any way to know that you're being called from within a children call? Is there any way children begin? That just feels clunky. We're calling that function first. I mean, we could do children.list, but then that's gonna break. Like, you could increase it. I don't think there's a clean way to do this. Unless we retroactively update the children's depth, which seems insane. This is a big issue. This is a big issue. Yeah, I won't stand for this. I really won't. Let's get rid of that. There's no way to know that you're an argument for a function, right? Like that doesn't make sense. Like you can't just say like has children, like guess we could just have like start or begin. Let's do start. Or let's do begin. I mean, it's either that. It's either that or, honestly, which I think looks better, which is not necessarily... Well, actually, this might actually have a good effect. We might be able to say something like... box commit, and then we say end children, and really what we do is we say when we start something we say begin children. And so but if we never call children, is there a way to do it where Just feels unnecessary to have these ends, and then we get back to the get ID sort of thing. But like, this is just, man, I just can't figure this one out. I'm going silent. I went silent. I'm going silent. And oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Shice. Box, quad, left, contents with contents, height. I don't want to have to specify some bullshit. Fuck. But I can't just write box. I mean, I could. It could be that every box has defaults. And if you want to change one thing, sure. Oh boy. Okay. Children and box end. Let's see. I think, man, I really think there's a way here, because when does it not change? Can we infer when this changes? So, depth, when could depth change? Depth cannot change. The only thing to indicate that depth would change. Depth can change suddenly. Depth can change without a heads up. Like, then we have to keep pointers to like where things are. But it's just so much cleaner. For fuck's sake. Come on. Come on. I wish. Let's ask chat. Let's ask chat. If chat tells me something. I'm declaring a depth first tree in a flat buffer using this API. The issue is each entry in the buffer needs to know its depth. Because the children function isn't called, because the children function isn't called until after its children are all added, it can't increase the depth ticker. It can only decrease when done listing children. I want a way. Is there a clean way to do this? To increase the depth ticker before I list my children arguments, if and only if there will be children. And I'll give it the API just so it has it. Well, it's not a, I mean, like, am I being, like, so why are you suggesting it to me? Damn, chat said it's not possible. chat says it's not possible. Okay. Oh, I can accept that. I mean, is this one line of like 1,000 compromises that I'm gonna have to make? Like I don't know. I'm losing it. I'm losing focus, and I don't want to. I want to keep going, but fuck. See, this is so clean. It's so beautiful. I don't want to add a lambda. That's stupid. And it's not immediately evaluating either. It's gonna be like storing lambdas within lambdas within lambda. Like, no. I just want to just do it in order. But only want to specify. Children. Alright, I'm done. I'm gonna keep working on this though, but I'm just not talking.